Hey, greetings. It's Daniel, the Ogre Witch. Today I wanted to share with you a little information about Seax-Wica or Saxon witchcraft. Um, I don't know if I said this, but the very first eclectic coven that I was a part of in high school developed into a Seax-Wica coven, and I've actually was very involved in this for a long, long time, and I wanted to kind of go over it a little bit because it's a tradition that's overlooked a lot. First off, it's the very first Wiccan tradition to make all of its rites public to the thing and to accept self-initiation and things like that. So that's something I want to explain. It was one of the very early Wiccan traditions that was open to begin. This is a republish of the original book was called The Tree, the Complete Book of Saxon Witchcraft. Now it's called Buckland's Book of Saxon Witchcraft. I bought this one a few years ago. The original one I never had. Originally it was out of print when the group that I had, and I hand copied this entire book into this. We'll list the rituals into it in my first coven, and these were actually. I originally thought the rituals that my coven used were the originals, but after buying the book, I see that they heavily altered them a lot. This is like I said, this was the coven one we used, and it's got. This actually is ruins for tree because they don't call the book shot, they call the book the tree, and it's got the symbol for Seax-Wica. I think I got Seax-Wica on the back, on the side. And this is one of my early, very, very early high school Book of Shadows that was actually a coven one. I'm not going to show you inside, even though most of it's word for word from this book. I don't know. Well, I do know that coven that practices this form of Wicca is still in existence, and they have changed a lot of the stuff, and I don't want to reveal anything that's private to them. But Seax-Wica is completely open tradition. Everything's published, the entire book. They do have a self-dedication ritual in here if you're interested. Although, why it talks about solitary witches, it gives no solitary Seax-Wiccan rituals. It simply says they can be adapted. So when I eventually went solitary, I did take a journal, and I took all the rituals and made them into a solitary form, which took a little rewriting. Some of them were very easy to rewrite to solitary. Some of the Sabbath rituals were a little bit more complicated, but these are my rewrites of them. I don't really use this tradition anymore. Like I said, Saxon Wicca was made up by Ramon Buckland. They didn't claim to be ancient. It was the first, in my opinion, Seax-Wica was really the first honest Wiccan tradition. It said, we created this, we needed something. The gods they use, Woden and Freya. That's the Lord and Lady they use. Like I said, throughout all the rituals in this book, it is slightly based off Garden Wicca. So you will see looking skyclad and things like that, although it is optional in Seax-Wica. Like I said, the rituals are very, in my opinion, they're very, very basic because it leaves a lot open to each group to decide what they want. So while I don't practice this tradition, it has a heavy influence on me, and I really think that a lot of Wiccans who are seeking, to be part of a tradition but can't find training really should consider looking into Saxon Wicca. It's really just really great, especially if you're into Norse or Saxon deities. I really think that Seax-Wica or Saxon witchcraft is a really great modern tradition. Notice it's a modern, it's not a reconstructionist path. There are lots of Norse and Saxon religion that try to reconstruct. This is not one of them. This is a Wiccan tradition. And I really think that it's something that a lot of people, if they really read up to, would really find, helpful. Many blessings.